Hello everyone, this is Sahil Verma and today we will going to learn about the difference between kernel native and the dual engine mode. Before we deep dive into the topic, I would like to talk about the core problem that why we came up with this solution. So the problem was sidecar. Previously, in traditional service meshes, the traffic had to go back and forth during making any API call or performing any task. For example, like suppose we have a kernel space. We have this kernel space, let's call it K, and we have a user space, let's call it U. Now, when we are making an API call, our application sends the data payload. Now, our sidecar proxies, they take this data from kernel space and put it into the user space. It performs the basic proxy task like reading the HTTP headers for routing or like to reading the authorization rule. After performing its basic task, it's put back into the kernel. Now, what happened was in this whole back and forth, it used to spend around, you can say, like 2 to 3 milliseconds. Now, you might be like, Sahil, it's just 2 to 3 milliseconds. In 1 second, we have 1000 milliseconds. So, 2 to 3 milliseconds is not a big deal. But my friend, think of it for a real time applications. Like, suppose you are making any payment through any application, or you are about to place an order in a stock market. The moment on your phone there is a button, okay, the moment you will press this button to buy the stock, and suppose because of the 2 to 3 milliseconds delay you might miss the order, because the moment you place the order in just 2 to 3 millisecond delay, the price might get high and you might lose your opportunity. So in a world of real time applications, the 2 to 3 milliseconds, it's like an eternity. We can't take risk on the time. So we came up with a solution, and the solution was Kmesh. Let me take you there. In the core problem, as I said, it used to take 2 to 3 millisecond in the context switching on every request, and it used to consume a significant resources of our system, CPU or the memory. So we came up with the solution, and the solution was Kmesh. What Kmesh did, it completely removed the sidecars and it used the node local EBF orchestration. That means that the traffic was transparently intercepted and handled directly inside the OS kernel. That means in the kernel native, it never went into the user space. It handled the whole traffic into the OS kernel only. Let's talk about both modes one by one. Kernel native mode, we never went into the user space. We do everything directly from the kernel space. In kernel native, data routing paths bypass user proxy application entirely during transmission flow. As I said just now, it completely rely on the user's kernel space. It never goes into the user space. Let's understand it with an example. Suppose this is the highway, okay? And we are going from city 1 to city 2. Now, on this highway, let's assume that there is a toll tax plaza, and on the city 2 also there is a toll tax plaza. Now, what we usually do, if we are going from city 1 and you are in your car, what will happen? The toll tax plaza will come. You have to slow down your car. You have to stop it. Then here you have to pay the tax. Then you will go to the toward the. Then you will go towards the city 2, and here you again have to stop your car, slow down your speed, and you have to pay the tax over here also, and then you will enter into the city 2. Now what happened in this whole process was you were stopping here also and you were stopping here also, so time was getting waste, and this was the exact process of our previous traditional service meshes. But when the K native came, what it actually did was, suppose this is again city 1 and it is a city 2. Now before there was toll plaza, but now suppose you have a car and you just going completely towards the city 2 without stopping anywhere. But what kernel native did, it's kind of a scanner on the highway. It's like a camera watching your car. Okay. Now what will happen? Your car will move at its normal speed without ever slowing down, and this scanner will scan your car and auto deduct the amount, so you will never have to stop anywhere, so your time got saved. Same thing our kernel native mode did. It uses the kernel space without ever going into the user space. It was engineered for the low latency load work, demanding the zero multi-hop connection layer. Before this, we were hopping from back and forth, but now we are not doing it. We are doing all the traffic handling directly from kernel space. Now let's talk about the second mode, which is the dual engine mode. In dual engine mode, it's a hybrid architecture engine. It actually uses both. It combines the eBPF kernel speed with the specialized user waypoint proxy seamlessly. What that means, previously in a kernel native mode, it was directly using the kernel space. But in the dual engine mode, we use kernel space as well as the user space with the waypoint proxies. Let's understand with an example that why it is useful. Suppose you are on the airport. Now there can be two things. This is your plane on the airport and this is the desk. And these are the people standing in a line. Now what will happen? You will be standing here. Like suppose you are here. This is you. And if you have just a normal carry bag, you can just come here, get your bag checked and you can directly go into the plane. But what if you are like transporting $1 million paintings? You cannot just stand in a normal queue of the people and take the paintings directly with you onto the plane. They are fragile item and a very expensive item, so you cannot just take it like that directly. So what you will be doing, you will be go in a special room. In this special room, the security will check your paintings and it will take care of it and it will safely keep it into the plane. Now what happens because of that? In the normal queue, which was here, if you will be standing here and get your paintings checked over here, it will gonna take a lot of time and it will going to slow down the whole queue of the people. But by coming to a separate room, you never disturb the whole queue. Same as in a dual engine mode, it allows the organization to have a step-by-step migration from a no mesh to a secure L4 mesh and then to a full L7 processing. In simple terms, it uses both kernel native functionality as well as its own functionality in which it goes into the user space with the waypoint proxies. Now let's have a side-by-side architecture summary of it. For the data path location, kernel native mode uses 100% inside Linux kernel space. As I told you, in the kernel native mode, it never went into the user space. It is always going into the kernel space. This is the user space and this is the kernel space. And our work is getting done directly into the kernel space without ever disturbing the user space. And for the dual engine mode, we are using a hybrid structure which have the kernel as well as the user space waypoint, which we discussed earlier. Next feature, proxy overhead layers. In kernel native, it directly bypasses the proxy overhead layers. But in dual engine mode, we have a shared waypoint proxy. Next feature, L7 traffic governance. In kernel native mode, it uses simple L7 dynamic routing logic. And in dual, it uses full spectrum and the advanced L7 policies engine. And the primary advantage of the kernel native, it have minimal latency. We talked about earlier that previously it used to take 2 to 3 milliseconds. But after we use the kernel native mode, it dropped down drastically by 60%. And also it have a absolute lowest overhead because the system resource consumption drops by 70%. In a dual engine, it's a seamless incremental service mesh adoption. That means it allows the organization to have a step-by-step migration from no mesh to the ultimately L7 processing. So guys, that was it. I hope you got the difference between kernel native mode and the dual engine mode. You can connect with us on our official website or as well as the GitHub repository. And of course, you can connect us on Slack also.